An I-Team 10 investigation raises questions about the relationship between city parking officials and a company contracted to supply new digital parking meters. I-Team 10 has learned the FBI has inquired about how the Rochester contract was awarded. I-Team 10 investigator Brett Davidson has been following issues in the Parking Bureau and tells us what he's uncovered.
City Hall insists taxpayers got the best price for those pay stations. However, officials acknowledge they are concerned about how the process was handled. And we've discovered the FBI is interested as well. When the City of Rochester decided to replace single-pay parking meters with solar-powered pay stations, the contract went to a Florida-based company known as Calais Parking Systems. But an I-Team 10 investigation has uncovered information that raises questions about the process leading up to that deal.
Our mission is to provide safe, convenient, affordable parking for those who work, live, or visit our wonderful City of Rochester.
Shortly after Sue Ali had been named director of the Parking Bureau in 2009, the city began exploring the meter changeover. In January 2010, the job was put out to bid. It called for purchasing 5 pay stations initially, with the intention to buy 100 more after a 6-month trial period. Calais was eventually declared the low bidder.
They'll replace 1,000 older single-space meters.
But did Calais have an edge in getting that contract? Through a Freedom of Information request, I-Team 10 obtained this stack of emails between city parking officials and Calais sales reps. And it's clear they were in frequent communication prior to the formal bidding process.
In my opinion, was there an impropriety here? No. Is there an appearance of impropriety? Yes.
George Markert is director of the city's Office of Public Integrity, which has been conducting a sweeping investigation of the Parking Bureau. He says they found no proof that anyone in parking tried to steer the contract to Calais. But in this email dated November 2009, the Parking Bureau was already getting quotes from Calais to purchase base anchors and bolts to test out their machines, 2 months before the contract was even put out to bid. In another November email, Calais was sent a draft copy of the city's bid proposal, allowing the company to provide suggested changes to a number of the specifications, such as the dimensions of the machines and the temperatures they must withstand. You can see the modifications Calais made and sent back, and nearly every one of the revisions appears in the final proposal.
I'm assuming that was not the normal protocol to send out a draft of the proposal to one of the likely bidders.
I certainly would expect that not happen.
Markert also acknowledges that none of the 3 other bidding companies was asked for their input. Ali was ousted in July after a scathing audit found major management issues and money collection problems at the Parking Bureau. Reached at her home today, she declined comment. As for Calais, I-Team 10 has learned the company is now the subject of a multi-state public corruption investigation. Last year, agents from the FBI and IRS raided Calais' Tampa offices and the home of the former Parking Bureau director in Portland, Oregon. He recently pled guilty to accepting bribes from unnamed executives of 2 parking meter companies. The city acknowledges it has turned over information to the FBI about the Rochester deal.
What is the City of Rochester's concern dealing with this vendor, knowing that they are under federal investigation?
I think our concerns in dealing with them are no different than any vendor we deal with.
And while Markert describes the bid process in this case as sloppy, he says their investigation has turned up no criminal activity. Still, he says the city has put new procedures in place to limit their contact with future bidders.
This really should be a process that removes the appearance and the ability of someone to collaborate inappropriately with someone that may bid the product.
A call to Calais Parking Systems was not returned. The city says this was a complicated product that they did not have a lot of intricate knowledge of, so it's not unusual that they would solicit ideas from other sources, but they concede it doesn't look good that the only one they contacted for insight was the eventual winning bidder. Brett Davidson, News 10 NBC.